Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys tips and tricks I used to cut my PG&E bill in half. If you watch till the end of the video, there are two things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys that are going to save you a ton of money. So I'm talking about hundreds of dollars that you can save on your electricity bill with PG&E. So what are some of the things that you can do right from the beginning to save money on your PG&E bill, especially during the winter months when the electricity bill goes really high, then ours skyrocketed. So one thing, there is this thing called standby electricity loss. What does that mean? It means that like if you leave things plugged in, like your microwaves or your televisions or chargers, laptop chargers, anything that you leave plugged in, it's using just a tiny bit of energy while it's just plugged in, even if it's not on. So it's using energy, just idling, or like the term is standby. So one of the things you can do is plug these things into a power surge protector, and when they're not in use, you can turn off the surge protector, or you can simply just unplug them from the outlets. One of the things you can do is get a smart thermostat like this one. This is a Google Nest. This is a learning thermostat. What this does is it learns throughout the day or throughout the week actually, and learns your behaviors and temperatures, and then it sets itself. You can also manually set the schedule on it. And another feature of this thermostat is that let's say you're at work or away from home, and you're going to be home and you don't want to come home to a cold or a hot house, you can turn this on via the app. So that's one of the really good things about thermostats like that. Other than it also saves you money on energy, it has a lot of energy savings functions that you can use. So that's one of the things to get a smart thermostat like this one. It doesn't have to be a Google Nest. There are other options out there. Lowering the temperature on your water heater can also save you energy. I actually talked to a professional water heater installer that came to my house, and I asked him this question, and then what he did was he showed me the Energy Star label that's on the water heater, and the Energy Star label on my water heater tells me that on an average, for a whole year, my water heater is supposed to use about $400 to $500 worth of energy. So for me, that is not a big savings for me to be lowering or raising the temperature on my water heater. But if you have an older water heater, that might make a big difference for you. So that's another consideration, is lowering the temperature on your water heater to about 120 or 125 degrees, and that should help you also on your energy bill. Another way to save on your PG&E bill is to increase the efficiency of your HVAC system. You can simply do that by replacing the filter on your unit. It's very simple, anybody can do it as long as it's accessible. Sometimes you might have to get a ladder, get up on a ladder to do that. For us, it's very easy. It's just right here on the floor, and you just take out a couple of screws and do it that way. And I recommend changing these out monthly, if not every 2 months. I would recommend that. So that's another thing. And you can get reusable ones, but I recommend the use and throw ones. That one, you just use them and throw them away. Those work a lot better. I heard that the reusable ones, they tend to wear out over time. Weather stripping can also save you because you will lose energy through the nooks and cracks that you have in your doors and windows. One of the ways is to use a weather stripping that you can get from either Amazon or Home Depot. Let me show you what it looks like. If you look right here, right there is this foam thing right here. It's a one-sided weather stripping. It has glue on one side, and it's it has glue on one side, and then on the other side is just a foam padding. So you can use that as well to seal up your house, uh, and then do that way. Another thing that you can do is if you have any cracks or openings on the outside of your house, is you can use this stuff, the foam spray. You can use any brand, it doesn't matter. Just pick your brand, whatever they have on sale or whatever you prefer. And you can use this to also seal up any cracks. And also it's good for rodents. You know, so they don't get into your house like rats and mice. So if you have any areas where air can come in and out of your house on the outside of your house, this is a good product. The two tricks or the tips that I want to give you guys that made the most difference in our PG&E bill. My PG&E bill for the last 3 to 4 months have been about $700 to $750 a month, which is a lot of money for most people. Even for us, that's a lot of money. And using these two tricks, including the ones I already shared, I was able to cut down my electricity bill. Our last bill was very close to like $350, so that's almost half that we were about to save on the electricity bill. So what are those two things? One, if your whole house is electric, so if you're with PG&E, more than likely your whole house is electric. All PG&E area, not all, most PG&E area where I live don't have gas. So you have to look, it's on, I believe it's on the second or the third page of your electricity bill or your PG&E bill. It will say heat source. So you gotta make sure your electricity bill is set up with the correct heat source. It should say electric and not other gas or anything else, because what that does is PG&E allocates kilowatts based on that. So if you're on a gas or non-electric heat source, you get about 11 kilowatts a day on a certain price point, you know, a lower price point, and after that it's a higher price point. But if you tell them your whole house is electric, including your house heater, your furnace, and everything else, then you're supposed to be allocated 25 kilowatts, and that number might be different based on the size of your house, but that's what it is for my house. So it went from 11 kilowatts to 25 kilowatts. That's more than double the kilowatts on a lower rate. And then the second thing you need to do, if you're a new customer, you might have to wait a few months to do this. But if you're an older customer, you should get out of the tier plans. You should not be in PG&E's tier plan. You should try to switch your plans to a time of use plan, depending on whatever makes you feel comfortable. I think they have like 3 different ones or 2 different ones. I know they have 8 to 5 and 9 to 4 or 4 to 9, something like that. So just pick the time that is comfortable for you when you have to conserve energy, and then that way you can get out of the tier plan, which if you use more energy, it charges you more. And then like if there was a day that you had to use more energy because you had somebody over, or you're working on something, or whatever the reason is, it'll just mess up your whole month and put you on a higher tier. So those are my tips and tricks on how you can save money on your PG&E bill. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Also, if you like these videos, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos like this, savings videos or DIYs. Alright, thank you. Tips and tricks that I used to save okay, never mind. Today I'm gonna share. Today, another thing that you can do to save energy is to